Three, two, one. I should be live. What's going on? Sifted YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all the social media peeps. It is I, the Berkough, and today we're going to be streaming a little bit of Final Fantasy VIII. Figured I would do some video game comfort food to finish off my birthday weekend, as you will. So, yeah, we're going to get right into it. This is the Steam version. Nothing too spectacular. I am kind of excited for the remaster that they're doing, only because it's going to look a little bit better, and it'll be available on Switch and PS4, and finally be able to play a better version than an emulated or this PC version. I'm going to do a new game. So, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm playing this on Linux through Steam and Proton, and I'm using Proton tricks as well. So for the longest time, I couldn't get this game to actually work. But Valve did push an update to 4.2, I believe, of Proton. So once that was pushed, suddenly the game worked. And then with a little Proton Tricks magic to install Direct Sound and DirectX music or whatever the DLL files are, I can actually listen to the music. So after the Proton update, it worked, but you couldn't hear anything except for sound effects. All the music was dead. So nice to have that. And I was going to play this before, and I figured, well, I'll just like play music in the background or something. But yeah, the soundtrack for this is so good. I think this scene's unskippable. So I just have to wait till it finishes. So this is a sober stream. Drink a little vanilla Coke. I was gonna put it in a beer glass and just try to fuck with people, but what kind of beer is that? It's really dark. But it's not, it's Coke. I can't skip this. It's kind of funny. I think 6 through 9, in terms of the Final Fantasy series, those are like the penultimate games for the series and the entire franchise, as far as I'm concerned. If you say that your favorite Final Fantasy is either 6, 7, 8, or 9, any one of those I'm cool with. Like, I can't argue. I sort of go back and forth between 6, 7, and 8 as being like my favorite Final Fantasy. Depends on the day. It depends on my mood. I really like 8, even though it's sort of the bastard redheaded stepchild of the series. It was very different from 6, 7, and 9. And the Guardian Force system and the junctioning, it's alright. You can definitely break the game pretty early, which I will be attempting to do on this playthrough. If I remember how to do all that stuff. But if I remember correctly, once you get your GFs, you switch what they learn to all the junctioning, and then just draw as much magic as possible, and just don't do any magic through the game. Just stack it and get those 100 draws. And then once you link that to your abilities or your stats, then you get pretty OP pretty quick. Oh, there's not enough characters. Let's just go with Berk. A lot of people don't like how emo Squall is. I have to admit, as I've gotten older, it's a little more annoying. But when I was a kid and this came out, I think I was 13 at the time. So um, I loved it. I was all about it. I was in the same headspace as Squall. And I don't know. I really identify with the character and him being in his head the entire time. And I'm sure we'll talk about it as the story progresses. It'll be interesting. I've never played this on a keyboard before. So some of the QuickTime stuff I might have difficulty with. Quistis and Squall was always an interesting relationship. Obviously, when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, dude, go for Quistis, hot for teacher." I always thought Renault was kind of annoying. Kind of curious what everybody thinks of whether it's pronounced seed or CD. I always went with seed, regardless of the outer capped D, just because they do train in a garden, and you take your seed exam. So, but I remember friends when I was younger calling it CD and just having that debate and not really knowing. Not really. And no, I'm not gonna show Selfie around. She's also another annoying character. Don't really play Triple Tried that much, but I'm going to talk to this guy. If I'm not mistaken, I think you have to battle a bunch of people with the cards in order to get Squall's ultimate sword. If I remember correctly, I don't... It's been so long since I played this. Goodness save over my other. So my test runs. I'll save over my test runs. I'm gonna try not to hum the music as I play, but I used to do that as a kid, and I'll probably do it subconsciously. GFs yet, so I gotta wait. Talk to Quistis, then run back in and draw. I used to rename these to. I'm just gonna use them. Leave them as the default. Actually curious who came up with the junctioning system, or like how this whole system came to be. This is very different from virtually every other Final Fantasy. Other than the fact that the GFs or Guardian Forces are basically summons. It's just interesting how the summon is so intricately woven into your characters. Let's get this as fast as possible. Back to this draw point. Overworld looks so bad. It's like really low poly. This game is not aged as well as I remember. let's do this real quick too. You are not going to learn Summon Magic plus 10% yet. Because... actually, Boost is a pretty good one to do early on. I'm going to do Boost. Let's do Boost. We'll do Boost so that they summon faster, and then I will move on to the junctions.